are the insiders. Darren, Dreger here in studio. Pierre, LeBrun joins us from his home office. And Pierre, this is always a very interesting time of year because it usually becomes pretty obvious what a team needs, but what's more difficult to figure out is what they're willing to give up in order to fill that need. What are you hearing on those fronts as far as the Habs are concerned?
Yeah, so interestingly enough, Marc Bergevin, GM of the Habs, said in an interview with Marc-Antoine Godin in The Athletic, posted Thursday, that he is open to trading his 16th overall pick in the first round, which matches what I'm hearing from other teams around the league who suggest that he is open to it, but that what he's looking for is a top six forward that would augment that offense that obviously needs some help for the Montreal Canadiens. I don't sense that there's a match right now, but obviously the Montreal Canadiens have until the draft next Tuesday to see if there is indeed a match.
When we find out there's a big name talent that may become available on the trade front, Darren, oftentimes we begin with a big group of interested suitors. But have we whittled that field down now?
No question when it comes to Oliver Ekman-Larsson of the Arizona Coyotes, and that's why you negotiate when you're in the midst of developing a long-term extension, no trade protection. Ekman-Larsson definitely has that, so he's identified the two cities in the organizations that he's willing to waive to go to, and that is the Boston Bruins and the Vancouver Canucks. Now, Bill Armstrong, the general manager of the Arizona Coyotes, is actively working with both Boston and Vancouver. He's trying to get something done. There is a bit of pressure from the player perspective, and it sounds like Arizona, even though they don't want to have to do this, is either going to have to retain some of the money, Ekman-Larsson, an $8+ million annual cap hit, or the Arizona Coyotes are going to have to take some contracts back.
All right, Pierre, let's shift our conversation now to goaltending. Is it safe to say we could see a lot of movement on that front in this short offseason?
Well, Gino, there's no question the story of the offseason will be the goalie carousel. And if there weren't enough goalies already on the market, both in free agency and on the trade market, now word over the past week that Columbus is listening on their two goalies, Joonas Korpisalo and Elvis Merzlikins, both who had breakout years, both who see themselves as #1 goalies, both had good moments in the playoffs. And the reason for it is that, eventually there won't be enough net for both these guys, that they are #1 goalies. So Columbus is listening. It doesn't mean they'll move them, but if they do move them, they'd like to acquire a top 2 center.
All right, listen, the Tampa Bay Lightning won the Stanley Cup. We fully expected them to party and party hard. However, this is the year of the pandemic. Did the NHL see some things they weren't thrilled with, Darren?
Yeah, I think we all saw the video evidence of the Tampa Bay Lightning celebrating like it's 2019, not like it's 2020. And your point is well made. On any other year, any other celebration involving a Stanley Cup champion, the National Hockey League, as long as you keep it between the lines, is going to be okay with it. But from a health and safety perspective, I think we can all agree this doesn't look very healthy or very safe in the world of a pandemic. So the National Hockey League did reach out to the Tampa Bay Lightning to question some of that behavior.
By the way, some news on Steven Stamkos. His general manager, Julia Brisebois, says his captain had sports hernia surgery before the pause. That was fine, but his rehab triggered another injury, but they fully expect him to be ready for the start of next season.